Went to another auction. I picked up some more things. I gotta work everything into a place, so I'm gonna have to make a spot for all this stuff. I'm sure I'll get it figured out. Picked up a bunch of photo facts and other service manuals. Well, these are for phones. You're never quite sure on what you're bidding on. It's a hassle to go check out the lots in person. So I took a chance on some of this stuff. I'm gonna organize and put away all the Sam stuff. It'll stay in my permanent collection. It'll be nice not having to search for these diagrams online or constantly ask people to borrow their tech data. Well, so I picked up a mountain of tech data, but honestly, the Sam stuff is the stuff I intend to keep. Some of the other stuff I didn't quite know what I was bidding on. It's still good stuff, but I think somebody else could utilize them better. I tried to buy the kind of things that you would need for setting up a vintage electronics repair shop. So I'm slowly acquiring things. The bids got pretty high on some of the tubes, so I'm surprised I was able to buy any tubes at all. I'm gonna have to sort through all that. And then this is the only organized piece I got my hands on, so that's cool. So I still managed to get a few decent things. You can tell what the really good stuff is because people bid it way out of my reach. Same thing, hardware. If I want to use period correct carbon resistors, I can. These two bench stocks are full of vintage resistors, pots and knobs. This probably isn't a very good item to flip, but it had all its tubes, and I don't have one in my collection. The only reason I even considered buying this is because it had the tubes in it. I won't buy any more radiolas without tubes, especially the battery sets. Here's another one of those Philcos. I told myself I wasn't going to buy any more consoles, but I ended up buying more consoles. There's not much money to be made on them, and then they're hard to find a buyer for. Even if you have somebody that is interested in the radio, unless they're in the local area, you know, this thing isn't worth shipping. So that really limits your audience. And once again, I'm only going to buy radios that have tubes in them. No tubes, not interested. Learned my lesson. A Silvertone. This is an odd one. I don't know if it was a Bing Crosby edition. I've heard the name a long time ago. I'm not really familiar with the performances he did, but apparently he pushed this record player radio combo. So the record player is hidden in there, but you can disengage this and flip this over. Other than the cord, it looks like it's in really good shape, so hopefully this one's not too far from coming back to life. I'm gonna have to work on this. These strange and unique ones always catch my eye, so it's hard to pass them up if you get them cheap enough. This has a really neat dial on it. And the wood's not terrible. There's a little bit of damage to it, but I can fix that right up. This is an interesting zenith. I've never seen anything quite like it. I've never seen another one like it anyway. Not in any of the sales or even on eBay. The dial cord's broken on it, so that'll be my first dial cord repair. Automatic. This even has its back. I'm surprised that's still there. The other thing somebody needs for setting up a shop is a good bench stock. So I've got 4 of these, and they're already loaded up. This looked like a working bench stock. This was, everything was organized, ready to be at your fingertips. So, see here. I was able to work all the stuff into the room. I'm continuing to add shelves. All the Sam's photo effects got put inside the cabinets. All the consoles are in here. I welded up a support to put the bench stock on it and under it. So I was able to consolidate everything into also containers and throw away all those cardboard boxes. I had that big mountain of them right there, and I'm slowly taking the garage back over. So now I'm going into repair it and flip it mode. This one I think I'll work on next. It was a previously restored radio. I'm gonna pull out the chassis and double check the electrics in it. I've got a reproduction for this. Need to touch up some damage to the cabinet, but pretty minor, so that should be pretty easy to flip. These 2 shelves will be dedicated for things that are actively listed on eBay. So all the live auction stuff will go on these 2 shelves, and then I'll just keep expanding as I get more and more inventory. I hope to eventually get a shipping container out in the yard, a 40-footer. And the bigger stuff's already packed up, weighed out, so I just have to print the label and slap it on there. So anyway, that's it for the latest auction purchases.